What's going on, everyone? My name is Impulse and welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 7. Today, people, we are going to get right into it because we never did finish Phase 2 of the base here. A lot of work went left undone, and you know what? I'm feeling like getting back to some base building today. I am inspired to build it up even bigger and better than before, so you know what? Let's not mess around. Let's just jump straight into a time lapse. Well, that took me about 6 hours to build all 4 pillars. They are all done now, and yeah, that's not even counting the time it took to gather all these resources, make all that light blue concrete. We got the cyan terracotta in there, all the sea lanterns needed crafting, and look at all the glass as well. But this is looking awesome. I am excited about how this is coming about, and the whole thing here, I was looking at this top part here, wanting to build more on top, but it just didn't look structurally sound with these little kind of skinny little arms holding up this platform. So I felt like maybe it needed a little more, maybe it needed a pillar to kind of give it a little more strength here to hold up what we're about to put on top. And that is right, because even though we just spent 6 hours building these 4 pillars, we're not done. We are not done, people. There is more to build in here, and I just realized I missed the water sources on that. Oops, we'll get that in. Don't worry. I probably missed a few spots here and there. We'll find them. We'll fix them. But yeah, I'm not done building, people. I'm not done building. We got more to go because Phase 2 is not complete. We got to put something on top here. Well, I had a feeling this might happen during this build. I have actually run out of quartz blocks and wasn't able to even finish this outer ring here at the top. There's so much more work to do to complete what I call Phase 2 of this base. But today, guys, we've put in so many hours building up all 4 pillars, this kind of new cylinder dome, I guess you can call it, which is going to be really cool as a nice little lookout. As you walk around this part of the base, you can just look out and see the server. And in here, we have to put in a floor because this is not actually the floor. This is the ceiling of the bottom here. So we need to put in a floor to kind of raise you up so that you can actually see outside this glass. And then I had this great idea that I could flood this underneath and we would just have water. You just kind of see water, maybe some sea lanterns to give it some cool lighting effects. There's got a lot of work to do in here. This place is just, I mean, look at how big this place is. I started doing these kind of window frame designs too on the you know, cardinal directions and then on the diagonals as well, to kind of where these arms come up, it kind of continues across this cylinder shape here, and I think that's going to look pretty good. There's a lot of details I want to work on with that. I haven't got it all flushed out just yet, and it's just, whew, we ran out of quartz today. That's it. I wanted to keep building, but you know what? You guys have probably been wondering for a few days what's going on, where my Hermitcraft videos are, because yeah, you can see now what I've been doing. I've been spending all the time building this, so I guess we better take a break from this today. I couldn't help but notice when I was building that something has popped up here in the ocean just offshore from the shopping district next to Grumbot there, and this is like Mumbo's headquarters, so I'm guessing Mumbo and or Green had something to do with this, but honestly, I can't figure out what's going on in here. I really have no idea what this is. It looks like something's on tracks. These are meant to be the wheels, and it's got some sort of like a boom arm of some sort. And then this is on wheels. Oh, green. Is this like a green screen? And it's a wandering trader face. Is this supposed to be like a camera? And this is like a boom arm with like, would that be like a microphone? Or I'm not sure what that would be. Another camera? I have no idea. But look at this. This is, it's just here floating in the ocean. I have no idea what this is about. I couldn't help but check it out though, because yeah, we can honestly see it from our base. You can see right there. So, oh my gosh, I can't stop looking at this, guys. I'm so excited about how this is coming along. I just can't stop talking about it. But I want to go over back to where we did our bone meal farm a few episodes ago. Was it a few episodes ago or was it last episode? Oh my gosh, guys, it has been a long week of building and I'm starting to get a chest monster from these projects. So as I'm flying on over to the bone meal farm, I do want to say one thing. If you guys do appreciate all the effort I put into just the first couple minutes here of the episode was actually like at least 10 hours of IRL time, in real life time. If you guys appreciate that effort, please do consider letting me know by hitting that like button. And of course, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Do all the YouTube things. Leave a positive comment. Help me out a little bit there. I would definitely appreciate that. A little show of support for all the effort put into this episode. But check this out, guys. We have been working here. I did this in a live stream, part of the Hermitcraft stream day. Another shameless plug we'll do real quick. Twitch.tv/impulseSV for those live streams if you're missing out. If you did miss it, though, the replay should be on my second channel, impulseSV2 on YouTube. You can check the replay there, too. But we started... That was a lot of plugs. Sorry about that. We started a cocoa bean farm on stream here because we were doing all the dyes, right? We're making the bone meal. I had the 2 tall flower farm. We got the regular flower farm. We're getting all the dyes over here in this area. And there was one dye that I couldn't get, or didn't get yet. And that's this. Look at all these are grown almost all the way. We needed to do some more work here. I did not finish in the live stream. I actually ran out of the brown concrete there. And I made it brown, you know, because cocoa beans are brown, and I figured that was fitting. Trying to do this modern style build, and I want to finish this today if we can, but I want to show you how this harvests these real quick. Real simple deal, pretty standard actually. What we have is basically pistons underneath these going all the way down, and then pistons on top facing back down here. So we're gonna push these blocks up. That's gonna make all these cocoa beans pop off, and we're just gonna pick them up with our hands, and then we need to replant them, and then the pistons will push the logs back down in place, and I need to still wire up a proper button here. So right now we're just flipping this switch, which gets the observers all to activate, and we'll see this like cool wave effect happen. Did you see that? It kind of waves down as it goes, as the redstone travels across repeaters on top. So I thought that would be fun to have a nice little effect in here. And look at all the cocoa beans. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. This is brilliant. This is exactly what I needed. So the tough part about cocoa bean farms is once you harvest them, you have to do this. We have to plant all the cocoa beans back, and then we'll find out how many we have left over. All right, all the cocoa beans have been replanted, and yes, look at that. We got so many from that. I can't even count how many that is. Let's see. Looks like we got 8 and just over a half stacks of cocoa beans, and so we can probably expect that much from every single harvest. That is not bad. 8 stacks of cocoa beans, which obviously we need because it's the brown dye, right? We need to turn the cocoa beans into brown dye, and that should finish off all the colors we need to keep color complete. Well, complete. Luckily for me, Tango and I have this amazing concrete maker machine that we made early on in the season in order to get concrete complete, which is now color complete up and running. And it looks like this thing is still working great. Look at this go. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to have this brown concrete in no time. Oh, this is my favorite part. Boom. Very nice. Look at all that brown concrete. Okay, this is the last time I'm gonna gawk at this today, but look at this at night. This actually looks so good lit up. That is so beautiful. We need that water and those sea lanterns up there to give it even more lighting up on top now. And bet you anything I probably made a mob farm. There's no mobs up here at the moment, but yeah, definitely got some dark spots up here. This looks fantastic at night, though. You hardly ever get to see anything on this server at night, to be honest, because our professional sleeper B-Dubs is typically taking care of business. But at the moment, Yeah, not a lot of people on and nobody's sleeping, so we get a chance to see this at night, and you get a chance to kind of see that job I did with the sea pickles and trying to disperse the light. Didn't really go to plan, but it still looks pretty darn good if you ask me. Definitely need to put some work in to even that out. But I got a lot more brown concrete now, which means I can get back to working on that cocoa bean farm. All right, I really like the way this is turning out. This looks great. It's got this modern feel. We found a way to make brown and white work together well. These windows are looking great and grand. You can see inside. The only thing that's really missing right now, it needs a little more detail. It's a little bland, and also we need to find a way to tuck in some lighting inside because, yep, that's why. Of course, there's a creeper in there waiting to blow up my entire thing. So I have an idea. I brought some end rods. I want to see. I don't use end rods enough, but I want to see if we can make this work. So I'm kind of thinking like if we just attach these in like the corners, maybe this could look kind of cool, give it just that extra bit of detail. And if we do this both on the bottom and on the top, that might look kind of cool. So let me scaffold up to the top and get that taken care of, and we'll step back and see what it looks like. Okay, yeah, that definitely gives it a little something extra that it was missing for sure. Makes it look a little cooler than it did before. So let's go inside now and keep our eyes posted for this creeper unless he despawn. No, he's still hanging out. What is he doing? Is he is he trying to climb the cocoa beans? He's just back here in the back having a little dance party. I don't know what that's all about, but let's see. Can we like hang one from the ceiling? We need to make sure that this whole place is lit up. I'd hate to come in here and have a creeper just explode this entire thing. Looks like these are ready to be harvested again. Okay, I think this is gonna work a lot better for lighting. We've got the sea lanterns on the floor. I may cover those with carpet just to keep that white feel of the concrete here. And I also hung some more of these guys, these end rods here on the ceiling. I think that looks pretty good just to keep everything kind of illuminated. Now we got a new problem, and that is I don't love the fact that you can see those pistons and observers. You can actually see them from the outside. So I want to cover those up with something and keep that brown look in here as well. And so I made these dark oak trapdoors, and they definitely have a brown to them. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of come in here and use these just to hide all the observers, and that way you don't even see them, and it kind of fits the room as well. That definitely makes a huge difference covering up that redstone. Everything looks really clean and pristine in there now. This I am very happy with. Oh, and I also stripped all the logs here just to give it a little more of that reddish look behind these cocoa beans. I think that makes it pop just a little bit more. He just grew up. Look at that. That one cocoa bean was just hanging out, waiting to grow up, and it literally grew up in front of our face. Did you guys see that? Oh, I got some scaffolding caught up on there. It's definitely time to harvest this thing, which reminds me, we still don't have a proper control panel. And in fact, I think what I might do, now that I'm kind of looking around the room, I might try to just sneak it in right here. So all you have to do is come up and just smack a note block or something, which would also kind of blend in nicely, and that would set the whole thing off. So I'm going to give that a go. Let me see if I can wire that up, and hopefully we'll see this thing harvest unless I accidentally set it off, which is probably going to happen. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, I wanted to watch this thing. I wanted you guys to see it in action, but instead, I managed to place the observer facing the wrong way because I still haven't learned how observers work, apparently. Oh my gosh, what a derp. All right, well, what I'll do, I'll replant this, and we'll get to see it harvest. They might not all be ready to harvest when we do, but we'll at least get to see it in action. Oh, I feel terrible. Okay, problem solved. I went ahead and just replanted them, did a little bit of editing of this video to get caught up, see where we're at as far as time goes. And we got some time left, which is good because there's something else I want to show you guys in a bit. But I want to show you the new activation device here, just kind of secretly tucked in on this floor. And now that it's right here, I can actually set this off, and we'll get a chance to see this thing in action and harvest. This is going to be fun. Here we go. Oh, that is a thing of beauty to watch. Look at all of this just come raining down. That is super exciting to watch. Let's see. We saw earlier that we should get about 8 stacks plus a bit of this cocoa bean. So let's see if we did in fact. Oh, that's more. We got more than 8 stacks. What is that, like 10 stacks? Holy cow. Very nice. 11, almost 12 stacks of cocoa beans in one harvest, and they weren't even all grown up all the way. So this is super productive, and the best part about this is it actually looks pretty good. You know, typically I make these kind of farms and I neglect the building, but I really like the way that this turned out. Let's get on top of this tree here so we can get a better look. And what's even nice about that too is I can kind of take this style and now start to do some of the other buildings around here. We need to finish this guy off. Of course, it needs a roof before lightning strikes these villagers and makes me very, very sad, turning them into witches, which would despawn at the moment. And then we also need to put a building around this, and I think we could kind of go with that same kind of modern style look, which was fairly simple to build up, and I think also looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and replant these cocoa beans, because I know you were wondering if I was gonna do that or not. We'll get them replanted, and then I want to show you another project, something that Tango and I had been working on in a live stream together. All right, I've got my noob juice on my hot bar, as we call it, because we are in the dangerous part of the nether for once. We're under the bedrock ceiling, and that is because just over here, Tango had located 2 blaze spawners that were actually in range of each other, and we decided to go ahead and build up a double blaze farm. You can see there's spawner number 1, there's spawner number 2, and we've got this whole funnel of piston wackiness happening here. So I know what some of you are probably thinking, why on earth would you guys tackle a project like this when 116 is right around the corner and the nether is going to be reset and all this is going to be deleted? Well, because we figured we could get this done in just a few hours on a live stream, which we accomplished. And also, blaze rods are needed right now. Tango's got a project in mind he needed blaze rods for, and we figured that if we could build this up quickly and go ahead and kill a bunch of blaze, that we could get tons and tons of blaze rods before 116 even comes along. And of course, we could always build this up after the nether's reset. I think he did mention he's actually going to come in here and reclaim all these pistons so they don't just get deleted, because that is a lot of pistons. You can see the way it works is basically all these guys get funneled down here via these pistons. We got a little clock happening that's going to get them into a killing chamber, which looks like Tango has gone ahead and created here. So when we stand on this pressure plate, all those clocks get activated and they should start getting pushed into this chamber. Here we go, we have one now, and we can just kind of squat underneath this so they can't see us. And if we just swing away, we're gonna get all the blaze rods. Of course, looting is recommended in something like this, because look, we killed 2 blaze and we got 6 blaze rods, and it is kind of loud, but here we go. We got them trickling in. We got both spawners activated at once in this specific spot, and this is working out fantastically. So I think I want to actually turn this on manual mode, basically. So I'll turn it on so we can step back and you guys can get an idea of how the pistons are actually getting them funneled into this area. But this is the idea, right? Totally safe in here. The blaze can't see us, and just like that, we've got ourselves 28 blaze rods in a matter of seconds. And apparently it's a one-way door. Tango didn't put a button on this side, so the only way out is to break the door and replace it, I guess. We're gonna have to put a button on there or something. Okay, so if I flick this lever right here, it's gonna keep the clock running even though we are not on the pressure plate over there activating this thing, and this gives us a chance to kind of step back and we can see all the blaze. They are kind of floating. They must have saw me. Interesting. Okay, somehow one of them must have saw me, probably as I was underneath. Maybe a piston extended and they saw me through the arms. So not working exactly like it should right now, and I don't have arrows on me. That's not good. What happened to my arrows? I must have put them in a chest or something. These guys, when they rage at you and they come and they melee attack you, they hit super hard. But let's do this. Since I somehow aggroed these guys by walking out, I'm gonna go away and come back and we'll see if we can properly demonstrate this. Okay, I went far away, came back, everything's despawned. Let's get back in here, activate these spawners, and hopefully they don't see us and get aggroed, and we can actually see this thing in action. So you can see this basically bleacher set of pistons are just pushing, and as it pushes, it will eventually get these guys to make their way down. Some of them, you know, jump back up, and it takes them a little bit of time, but here we go. You can see they're working their way down into the center hole, little by little, and eventually look at all these guys that are going to make their way into that killing chamber. Was really simple setup, right? It only took us a few hours to set this up, and now we have a nice working blaze farm. Here we go. They're in their final stretch here, working their way into the hole down there. It's a shame I'm not down there swinging my sword, getting those blaze rods. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Just a fun little project for Tango and I to do, and we got some good use coming for those blaze rods for sure. Yep, we're definitely not going to let these guys go to waste. I want those blaze rods. But that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I know it took a while. A lot of time and effort went into this one. I'm definitely going to face smash into something. So if you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that before you go. And with that said, I'll see you again next time. Have a good one, everyone.